What's up, everybody? You always ask me, Guga, can you one day do a food tutorial on how you cook a steak? Today is that day. Usually we have B-rolls and beautiful shots of music and steaks being cooked, but I never really explained my method. And today you're gonna find out one of the reasons why my steak is better than most people. First things we need to go over is the tools that you're gonna be using. And my very first tool is the grill. Now the grill is important because I like to have two different zones. We have the cold zone and the hot zone. The second thing that you need is good tongues. I love these tongues so much that I actually made one myself. Another tool I like to use is a basting brush. I like to use this to baste steaks that does not have a lot of fat. If they have fat, there's almost no need for basting at all. Talking about cuts, I'll be grilling 3 today. One is a ribeye, the other one a New York strip, and a marinated skirt steak. Now here's the deal. If you put inside of the grill, will come out of the grill. With that being said, I'm gonna walk you through it. Not too much fanciness today. We're gonna have a little bit of fanciness, come on, because this is Guga, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I'm gonna show you and explain to you as best as I could my method. All right, so as you can see here, the most important part of grilling is your grill, okay? We're gonna start with the big boys first because they're thicker. This grill is super hot. Look, it's already smoking. Because it's smoking, if I put my steak here right now, it will burn. I don't want it to burn. So I'm gonna quickly rotate it. It's on the other side and put my steaks right there. I don't want any sizzling, even though it's sizzling a little bit because it's super hot, but I don't wanna put it on my grill grate and go tss. That means it's gonna burn. This is what I'm looking for right now. It looks great. Now, since these steaks are choice grade, I'm gonna be using a compound butter to baste them on top of them. There's not enough fat. For that, I'm gonna use a combination of a good quality butter together with my rub. All I do is mix a little bit on there, and just like a compound butter, it produces an incredible flavor. Now this butter is ready for basting or even to use it as a compound butter. I mean, butter makes everything better, everybody. Come on now. Now it has been exactly about 30 seconds. That's good enough already. I'm going to rotate my grill grate. I am going to flip the steak back to this side. Now I started getting a little bit of char already because this thing is super hot. What I like to do is I just remove that char. I don't want any char right now because I'm looking for a golden brown steak. We don't want black, we want golden brown. See how it's already starting to smoke? That tells me that the other side is cooking a lot faster. So I will rotate again. I'm gonna clean the residual seasoning from the previous one. I am gonna put it right here. Starting to get a nice golden brown, which is what I'm looking for. And I'm going to do a quick basting right here. Just a little bit, everybody. This is what I'm looking for. Remember, we're looking for golden brown and avoiding as much as possible in the beginning to have any char. Char should be created towards the end. It will have a better flavor and it will look better too. This is what you want. Nice golden brown color. Get over here, Angel. You can see, this is our lunch, by the way. Starting to flare up too much now. I don't like it. I'm gonna spin my grate, leave it right there. Give it a second. If things starts getting a little bit out of hand, step back, let things cool down a little bit. Right now, I am not trying to cook the steak. I know it sounds weird, right? But I'm not cooking it. I'm trying to get a nice crust. I mean, let me show this to Angel. I mean, take a look at that, Angel. Is it sexy or what?
Oh, it's sexy.
He's hungry, everybody. It's breakfast time. Excuse me, it's lunchtime. Who eats steak for breakfast, Guga? Okay, these steaks have a nice crust, but they are almost completely raw still inside. I'm gonna put them right here and let them chill. We all know butter makes everything better, right? So I'm gonna put a little bit of butter just because I can. More butter, more better. Previously, I only seasoned the steak with salt, pepper, and garlic powder, just so you know. Now, with that Guga's rub, it's just gonna add additional flavor. You don't wanna season the steak before cooking with Guga's rub because this rub has a little bit of sugar, and if you do so, it's just gonna burn. So it's either for basting or towards the end to add it to your steak. Now we're gonna grill this skirt steak. Now, this skirt steak, on the other hand, is a completely different ball game. The marinade has sugar. It's pre-marinated from my brother Emilio. What's gonna happen is they're gonna burn really quickly. And if I put it right here on this grill right now, it is blazing hot. Just listen. Woo. There you go, you already burned. So what I wanna do is I wanna start it with a cold grate. Spin the grate and place it. Now what I love about this skirt steak right here is that I don't have to do anything. It's already ready for me, ready to go. I just gotta cook it to perfection. Now I'm gonna wait until I got a little bit of a crust. Then I'll spin it once again and keep doing so every 30 seconds to make sure I don't burn the steak. So I'm just gonna flip this one. Look at how I already almost got a crust already. Look at that. See? Look at this one. It's marinated, everybody. It has sugar. Rotate, put him right back over here. Put him right back over here. Put him right back over here. I'm listening. Things are getting a little crazy. I don't want it to burn. Move it out of the fire. See, I'm putting a crust on these very quickly. You want to avoid that, everybody. These are the sugars. They're burning faster than the steak is cooking. So that's why we got to keep moving. Oh, we're going to be eating good today, boy. I'm already getting happy with this crust right here. I don't think I need anything else. I am happy with this crust. Final spin. Take it out of the fire. Look at this crust. Looks beautiful. I'm going to grab my other two steaks. One's going to go right there. The other one's going to go right there. And now I have full control to cook it in indirect heat, which I'm looking for an internal temperature of 135 degrees Fahrenheit. Once that's done, the steaks are ready. Now we're going to let them cook until they reach the temperature. And then we're going to chop them up and eat because we're hungry. Okay, so of course, since the skirt steaks are way smaller, those are ready first. Going to remove them. This is our lunch. We got our beautiful skirt steak over here, everybody. They just came off the grill. Now, what you want to do is go ahead and slice it right away. Don't let it rest, okay? No, I'm just joking. I can't even say it with a straight face. Yes, you have to let it rest. For a skirt steak like this, 5 minutes is good enough.
5 minutes later.
Now, here's an important method about skirt steak. So you want to slice it against the grain. I first go this way, and then you want to cut them against the grain, like so. I mean, perfect medium rare.
If it's not medium rare, it's not good, everybody.
No, I'm just joking. You eat your steak however you want, okay? We like medium rare. Oh, fire. As we are eating and enjoying our lunch, everybody, the neighbors started going, but we must respect the steak. So we got to get it out right now. I'm gonna let them rest a little bit. Leo, instead of just filming, come grab one.
You do not have to tell me twice, Guga.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
This is the good stuff right here.
Oh, guys, you have no idea what you are missing. This is some good steak.
If you never tried these marinated Korean steaks from my brother Emilio, just try it. You'll thank me later. These are let it rest for a little bit longer, 8 minutes. Let's slice. Start back here, one motion. As soon as you begin, put your finger there, slice the rest, and it's ready. And just slice, slice, slice.
Wow, Guga, you're making it look so easy.
I cook one steak a month, so I have a little experience.
One steak a month?
One steak a month. Medium rare, everybody. That's the way we like it. If you like your steaks medium, everything is the same exact method. If you like your steaks well done, I am so sorry for you. Okay, let's try this. All right, let's go for it. Ready? Enough talking. Cheers. Oh, God damn! Not too much fancy editing. Let me know if you like this type of video, everybody. If you do, we'll do more. If you want to see how I cook burgers, because it's actually quite different as well, I'd love to do it for you. We can't put this on the main channel because it's not as exciting as we like to make the videos, but maybe you enjoy it more. Let me know in the comments. Most importantly, the link for the rub will be on the description down below if you guys are interested in purchasing it. I've been working on this rub for over 2 years, and it's finally ready for you guys to try it out. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye. As you guys know, I have cooked almost every steak in the world, from the world's most expensive Wagyu all the way down to literally $1 steak. And there's one steak that still lives right here in my heart. It is this picanha. It's also known as the queen of all meats. And when you buy it, firstly, this is what it looks like. It has a small triangular shape. It has to have a triangular shape. First off, let's open it up. When we open it up, this is what it looks like, everybody. It needs a little bit of trimming. First, clearly you can see there's some silver skin right here. This must be removed. It's quite easy. I just add my knife to the bottom. The goal is to remove the least amount of meat as possible. In, out. That silver skin has been removed. Now I turn it to the other side and notice that we're missing a piece of the fat cap right here. That's an imperfection of the butcher. We're gonna fix that. This will make your steak look bad and it will also overcook. But it still tastes great and we can put it to good use, so reserve. The edges has too much extra fat, so I like to remove it. We can use it for burgers and many other things. It's nicely trimmed now, and some butchers will actually give you the picanha this way. But if you buy it from a big supermarket or anywhere else, then you got to do a little bit of trimming. Now to cut them in steaks. Let me teach you the anatomy of a picanha. There are 3 veins. The first one is right here, the second one is right here, and the third one is here. 1, 2, 3. The proper way to have a picanha is this part must be completely cut off. Why? Picanha should have the texture of a filet mignon, but the flavor of a combination of ribeye, New York strip, and a flat iron steak, if that makes any sense at all. This part is chewy, and if you ever had a picanha that was not really tender, that's the part you had. So I like to take it off. To do that, we must cut it on the 3rd vein. Quite simple. And this is a nicely trimmed picanha, exactly what you're looking for. Only the best parts. Now we cut it into steaks, and it's quite simple. The first cut must be with the grain. The second cut, on the other hand, has to be against the grain, and you're only gonna achieve that when you're eating the picanha. So right now, cut it with the grain. And most importantly, thickness is very important. Not too thick, not too thin. We're looking about 1.5 inches thick. And then, do not forget to trim the fat properly. And in the end, you should be left with something like this. A beautifully trimmed picanha ready for the grill. Now for the seasoning. Traditionally, I only like salt. So here's how I like to season. A good amount of salt. This is a big, thick steak. It needs it. Season one side, flip them, and now the other side. Very important. Something a lot of people don't do is to season the fat. You gotta season the fat, everybody. The way I like to do it is I just like to grab it and rub it on the board like so to ensure that every single edge of the picanha is nicely seasoned. In Brazil, we use really thick rock salt. The problem with rock salt is that you must allow it time to penetrate deeply into the meat. Here in the US, we have kosher salt, which is quite popular. This will penetrate faster because remember one thing, salt is salt. There's no difference. But now that this is ready, there's one extra ingredient that I like to use nowadays. Let me show you. Butter. Oh yes. So I got a really cool container over here, everybody. This is my butter container. I've never showed it on videos. So literally what it is, it's stainless steel, and inside it has a little basting brush. And since it's stainless steel, it's good for induction. And there we have it, everybody, perfectly melted. Now, some of you might think, should you be using clarified butter? Should you be using anything else? No. Real butter. You must use real butter. Why? Because we want the milk solids there. That produces an incredible flavor. And if you slightly burn it on the charcoal grill, it produces a nutty flavor that is just undeniably delicious. Now check this out. You see how it's becoming liquidy? This is called osmosis. The salt is drawing moisture out of the meat, becomes a brine, and then it penetrates deeply back in there. That's what you want. So the ideal thing is to normally do this a little bit ahead of time. But right now, we're hungry. We gotta finish these up right now. So let's go outside on the grill. Now, if you ask me, can you cook picanha indoors? 100% you can. But if we're trying to choose the best possible method, everybody, it is going to be outdoors with charcoal. Now for a grill, I recommend a grill that has 2 zones, a hot zone and a cold zone. First, let's light up the charcoal. Now, I don't understand why sometimes this is controversial. If you want the perfect steak, you should use a thermometer. This one is from Chef IQ. It is wireless. Now notice that I only have 1 probe, 5 steaks. You can obviously get more probes for it, as many as you want, but if you have 1, it will give you a guidance on how the other steaks are cooking as well, because they're the same thickness. Now for the grilling, which is for a picanha, is quite challenging. And here's how I like to do it. We'll go ahead and grab the first steak, and we're gonna put it right here, but not the fat. Notice that the fat, I'm trying to avoid it, direct charcoal, just like this. We're putting the edges to cook. And right now, we're trying to get a sear. The sear is the most delicious thing on a steak, so we gotta get that part right. This one here is starting to look good. I'm literally, see, we're not there yet, but avoiding the direct fat contact, I'm just gonna flip it like this. Let's check these right here. You see that? We're starting to get there. We're avoiding as much as possible these little black bits of burned fat. See how things are starting to get a little bit out of hand? This is why I love this grill. I spin it, let everything calm down. We're starting to get a nice color, as you can see. We're gonna get this sear Nice and easy, and avoid burning anything. Take a look at that. That's what you want. But the fat is completely raw. And the reason why is because we're gonna sear that quite quickly. I'll show you that right now. I stack them up like this, hold them on my tongues. Now this, you gotta be real slow, cause look what happens. One of the biggest things most people do whenever they're starting to grill is they start freaking out. Don't freak out. Take your time and produce an incredible golden brown crust. And that's what you're looking for. Nicely golden brown, nothing is burned, because now we gotta cook it in indirect heat until we reach the internal temperature that you like. And again, use a thermometer because I'd rather be right than guess. Insert it in there. This one will let us know about all the other ones as well. And only now, because it's fully seared already, we still want that butter taste. Remember, picanha is very, very fatty, so we brush a little bit on top. Now we cover it, and then we slice. And there we have it, everybody. Perfectly cooked picanha. It is not burned, golden brown. That's what you want. Now you might think, why is this your favorite cut? Because it's delicious. We call this the queen of all steaks in Brazil for a reason. Now it's very important to let it rest. We want it, let it rest, but at the same time, we do not want it to get cold. So you're playing the fine line between letting it rest and getting cold. Usually for me, 5 minutes is good enough. Now let me show you some secrets. Come down here. From the biggest to the smallest, this cut is nice and tender. This one is slightly more tender. This one will be the best piece of picanha. Then it starts getting a little bit tougher and then tougher as well. And the best part about picanha is that it's not as expensive as a ribeye or a filet mignon. The only thing left to do now is to go ahead and slice it open. And here's how I like to slice it. Perfectly medium rare, exactly the way I like my picanha. Now that is as juicy as it gets, the best steak in the world. Enough talking, let's give it a try. Don't take my word for it. The best way to eat picanha, everybody, is just basically to use little, how do you call this thing?
Toothpicks.
Delicious.
Oh my God. Oh, that's a keeper.
The question is, how does it taste? What does picanha taste like?
The tenderness of a filet mignon, but the taste of a New York strip.
You want one, Angel?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
This was an amazing picanha. And if you guys want to try this incredible picanha recipe for yourselves, download Chef IQ app and pair it up with your smart thermometer to give it a try. Thank you, Chef IQ, for sponsoring this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, buddy. Bye-bye.
Thanks RacTech for sponsoring this video. A perfect medium rare steak is the best way to have one. However, there are people out there that loves well done steaks. Today I'm going to show you how to trick them to eating the perfectly medium rare steak that looks well done. You can use any steak you like, but for this video I chose filet mignon. So the first thing to do is to get them seasoned. For that I like to keep it simple. A good amount of salt followed by freshly ground black pepper and garlic powder. Most people make this mistake, they don't season the edges. I do. Make sure to season the board first and then roll the steak right on top of it. Now to cook the steak, today I'm going to be using the reverse sear method. First I'll place all of my steaks on a cooling rack, then into an oven it goes until it reaches an internal temperature of 135 degrees Fahrenheit. As that was happening, it was perfect because it allowed me time to go ahead and make a side dish. And this one is as easy as it gets. The first thing we need to do is some cream cheese. Open up the package just like this. I'm going to be making two variations for you. One, I'll be using my rub. So the first thing to do is to make some indentations on the cheese just like this. Using the tip of the spoon makes quick work. Then you want to add some type of meat that has been previously cooked. I'm going with chorizo. Once that was added, I folded all of the edges of the wrapping and use it like a boat. For the easier version, I'm just using my barbecue rub and did the same exact thing with the edges. In the end, take a look. We got two little cream cheese boats ready for the smoker. And for that, I'm going to be using my RacTech Dual Fire. Now this grill is something that you've never seen before. That I can guarantee you. Yes, it is a smoker, but it has two chambers. One that you can smoke nice and slow, and another one that is straight up super hot. When I say hot, I'm talking about it reaches 1000 degrees Fahrenheit. This section will be used for searing steaks and putting a nice crust on anything. And the other one to smoke. Talking about that, I chose the temperature at 250 degrees Fahrenheit. You see, we're just trying to put a nice smoky flavor on that cheese. So inside it goes for about 45 minutes. Once the time is up, I took it out, and as you can see, we got a nice color. You can leave it on the wrapping just like this if you like. However, I don't like the way it looks, so I like to go ahead and remove the wrapping. Just keep in mind that the cheese is going to be extremely soft. To go along with it, I like to use some crostini bread. Now to finish it up, I added a tiny bit of honey right on top, followed by some parsley for color. Now that is today's side dish. Absolutely delicious. Talking about delicious, by this time my filet mignons were fully cooked. Just like sous vide steaks, they don't look great at all. That's because we gotta put a crust on them. For that, I threw in a little bit of avocado oil and heat up the pan. Got it smoking hot and started to sear the filet mignons. Here's the crucial part. You don't want to overcook this. It should be done no more than 2 minutes per side. Because in the end, take a look. You're looking for a nice golden brown color, not burn. Once that's done, the next thing to do is to get rid of all of the oil that was used. And I like to clean my pan really nicely. Many people make the mistake of putting the steak back immediately. Then they go ahead and add thyme, butter, and garlic. I've seen this done so many times. But if you're gonna trick someone, get the steaks out of there. There's no need for them to be on the pan right now, if not they're gonna overcook. Melt the entire butter. Infuse thyme and garlic into that butter. As soon as the butter's starting getting nice and brown just like this, lower the heat to almost nothing. Now add in your steaks. Baste them as much as you think is needed without overcooking any of them. The goal here is to allow the brown butter to stick to the steaks. That is what produces an incredible flavor. Once that's done, let all of the steaks rest. As once you take a slice, look, perfect medium rare. It's still extremely juicy, and we're gonna keep this exact temperature, but it's gonna look like it was well done. Let me show you. Using the pan with the brown butter, put it in there for less than 10 seconds. Do one side first, then immediately the next side. And that's it. Remove it quickly. We're just trying to get rid of the pinkness. Inside, it is still perfectly medium rare. I mean, take a look at both steaks. Medium rare on the top, well done on the bottom. Now the question is, will this fool anyone? Well, let's find out right now.
And there we have it, gentlemen. What do you guys think?
I think I got the good side of the table.
Damn, bro, that's hella overcooked. No, that's not well done. That's congratulations right there.
Don't knock it until you try it. Some
mean,
people
I'll
like
pass.
well done steak, not us.
No.
And
A little bit of
honestly,
pink.
this will be the very first time you guys are eating a well done steak. So, enough. Please go to this one. Try it.
Yes, sir.
Let me know.
I can go there too, right?
Yes,
No, Leo.
100%. Cheers.
Cheers. That's beautiful. Look, at this point, filet mignon with a little bit of roasted garlic is routine over here.
Routine, damn.
Once you try it, you guys will understand why, because it is so delicious. That filet mignon is so beautiful and tender and juicy, which I'm expecting that one not to be like. And the garlic also adds a nice flavor.
I respect that. That's why you're the description guy. But I cannot wait for you to try that one. And so Angel is really excited for the well done steak.
This might be an experiment that I can wait to try.
Enough talking. Please, gentlemen, dig in.
Do I have to though?
Yes, you have to. I don't want you to cut the steak or anything like that. I want you straight up, just go like this and take a bite and tell me what you think. Be honest
That's kind
with
of
me.
a big piece.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers. Oh, that's delicious.
Yo.
That is not dry
You
at
ate the
all.
whole thing.
One bite, baby. That's good.
See, I bit it, and you can tell that it's medium rare on the
This is
inside.
not well done.
You cook this like each slice was a steak.
Exactly. So basically, there are some people in my family, let's not name any names, right?
My mom.
Angel? Don't say it, bro.
I mean, my mom.
So she only likes well done steak, and abuela as well. They don't like to see the pinkness. And this is a way I like to trick them, because they eat my steaks and they say,
Guga, your well-done steak is the best steak in the world.
well, there's my trick, everybody. And most people don't like the medium rare steak because it's pink. There's no other reason. It just puts them off.
I'm very surprised, Guga. You definitely tricked me, because I thought I was about to bite into a piece of rubber, but I was totally wrong. That is so tender, so juicy.
It's fantastic to use. Do it to your family members. If they like well done steak, they'll be quite surprised. And I'll promise you, they will say that that is the best well done steak they ever had in your life. But let's make it official and try out the side dish. You ready? Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Oh, that, wow.
Sweet, savory, spicy, cheesy, creamy. Description guy.
You can taste all of the individual elements in this. You get a little bit of bite from the chorizo. You get that sweetness from the honey, that smokiness from the cream cheese. It all blends together beautifully. Plus, it's on a nice crunchy bread, so you have that textural element as well. That is amazing.
It is delicious, everybody, and I highly recommend you making it. Give it a try. You will not regret it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, be sure to subscribe. Remember, everything I use is always in the description down below. Thank you so much for for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye. I'm currently in Spain, in Madrid, and today I'm gonna take you guys in an epic street food. I got a food guide, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to eat every single item that he shows it to me, but I can tell you one thing, I'm gonna try. This place is beautiful, and every single time I walk on the street, I think I'm in the movies. The architecture here is insane, but most importantly, the food is just to die for. So enough talking, and let's go. First off, breakfast. Here, one of the most popular things that they usually eat for breakfast is churros, but not the way we eat churros in the US with a little bit of sugar and all that goodness. Here, they use a thick chocolate as a dipping sauce. I had to give it a try, and I had to go for the one that is the most popular one of them all. It was created in 1894. There's a lot of history in this place, and I cannot wait to see if it's gonna be good. Churros. Well, actually, this one is churros, and then this one is called porras. Ooh, chocolate.
Wow.
Oh, and it's thick. It's delicious. Surprisingly, it was not sweet whatsoever. I even have to put a little bit of sugar so that I can get my sugar craving done, if you know what I mean. So the porra has a lot more grease because obviously it's thicker. I like the churros more. The churros is better. That churros was delicious. They fried the whole thing in olive oil, so it's healthy. That's what we're going with. On the way to our next food stop, we got to stop in a church. This church is beautiful, and a lot of the things are made out of silver and gold plated. So if you come to Madrid, you gotta see the Royal Palace. And then right next to it, they have some food. El Asiano Rey. I gotta practice my Spanish. Not good. You know, if I see a jamon tapas, I'm gonna have to try it. That's good. Now the next one is this one right here. It is oxtail. That is delicious. Fatty, little crispy. The bell pepper on the top is delicious. And they also have a little bit of balsamic vinegar on the top. So that was called Regalitos del Torito, which means the present of the bull. Obviously, because you're eating its tail, so. But I gotta say, that was delicious. And I don't know if you know this about me, but I love salmon. If I see it, I gotta have it. Very good. I can eat just that. As soon as that was over, we continue our tour. And then it was time for jamón ibérico. You come to Spain, you gotta see the jamón. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Wow. Gracias. Jamón ibérico, everybody. Those jamón were delicious, everybody. It is fatty. It has a unique taste. If you never had jamón ibérico, try it. You'll thank me later. It is amazing, everybody. Amazing. One of the most popular street food here they have is croqueta de bacalao. We're gonna try that right now. Let's see. Street food of Madrid. Oh my God. Oh, super light, perfectly fried, nice and crunchy, super, super delicious. This with a little bit of beer and wine. So there's one thing that is very, very popular here in Madrid. It is a calamari sandwich. And my guide, Danny, we have to try this?
For sure. It's mandatory in Madrid, actually.
It's not an option. We're gonna try it right now. And there we have it, everybody. The calamari sandwich. Here we have the salsa brava. It's a tomato-based sauce with some spices. Oh yeah, super soft, not chewy. The key is the bread. The bread is amazing. I can understand why this is very popular. Now the next stop was something that I was really looking forward to. It's called Mercado de San Miguel. Every single type of little hors d'oeuvres, tapas, sandwiches. They even had some tomahawk dry aging in there. Everything and anything you can think of, they have it. Olives, seafood, and as you already know, tapas is quite inexpensive, even with caviar. Now I don't know about you guys, but I'm not a sweet person. But there's one sweet here that is the most popular one of them all. And of course, if it's popular, we're gonna try. Oh, soft, creamy in the middle. It's sweet, but not too sweet. It's very good. Very good. I gotta tell you, walking around Madrid is incredible. Nighttime is when it comes alive. The first stop was a restaurant called Escarpin. And as you can see, the options for tapas are incredible. But the first thing that arrived was this sidra. Usually the waiter just creates bubbles by putting it on the glass really, really high. But they have a special device there that does it. I had to give it a try. Too much. More? The more the better. Yes. Sidra is okay. Sidra is good, but sidra is not my favorite. First thing to start off the night was some chorizo. It looks like they do not grill it here. So the chorizo is also served with potato. Super, super soft sausage. Very nice. Next up was some potatoes. Now these potatoes is something I've never had before. Oh, that is blue cheese. Very soft fried potato, but the blue cheese is very strong. Batatas alcabrales. My Spanish not that good, everybody. Now the next item that came, man, that got my attention. You see the bottom is kind of like a tortilla, but it's made out of corn, but they have different toppings. We had a fried egg, a morcilla, some pork, and the last one, blue cheese. Super crunchy bottom, almost like a tortilla, but not really. Let's try this one. Smells good. Oh, that is strong. So black pudding is basically blood sausage. It's good though. Let's try this one right here. I like that. A little bit of this cheese. That's very strong. The cheese is super powerful. That was a good appetizer. Now we're gonna go to the Maison de Champignon, which I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's the Museum of Champignon, which is mushrooms. This is a little hole-in-the-wall restaurant. And one of the things you guys can't experience it is the smell. It smells amazing. So this restaurant has a lot of different things in the menu, but one of the most populars are this right here, the mushrooms. And they have a very specific way of eating it. So those mushrooms were incredible. What they do is they cook it on the flat top first. Then they put some olive oil with some spices. Then they put a little bit of jamón ibérico in there. And when you take a bite, it is so juicy. That's why they have a specific way that you have to eat it in order to enjoy it properly. This is the reason why this restaurant became famous. Honestly, that's one of the best bites I had today. That was good. That was real good. Now, as it was getting late, we walked throughout the city and the food never stops. If you've never been to Madrid, I highly recommend. The people here are incredible and the food is next level, because no matter what it is that you enjoy eating, you will find it here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, be sure to subscribe. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thanks Florida Outdoor Kitchens for sponsoring this video.
Today I'm going to share with you what it's like to build your dream outdoor kitchen. And this is my outdoor kitchen. Well, technically, it's just half of it. You see, a few months back, my good friend Emilio, aka the meat dealer, he went to a place called Florida Outdoor Kitchen. So out there, he called me and introduced me to the owner. And he said, Guga, let me build you your dream outdoor kitchen. And I said, yes. Oh, hell yes. First of all, you can see I chose this countertop style. I love the color because it doesn't get that dirty. And at the same time, I think it gives a pretty nice look. The cabinets, on the other hand, I chose this gray style. I think it's a beautiful combination. It has some lines of blue that I think is great. But let's talk about the good stuff, the appliances. The first thing to do was check out the place and see what was available. As soon as I walked in, I saw Richard, the owner, shook my hand and showed me around this incredible place, especially if you love to cook outdoor just like me. Richard introduced me to a salesperson and they were able to guide me and educate me on what makes an outdoor kitchen good. I'm talking about from the layout all the way up to the equipment you need. First, this is the Somerset 30 inches gas grill. And as you can see, I already put it to use. I mean, this baby don't look new no more. You give me something, boy, I'm gonna put it to use. I mean, you can cook anything here. Even when I went to meet with Mr. Beast, the restaurant that they're using is actually something just like this. I think every kitchen needs one of these. It's great. And here we have the AMG Estate side burner. Now this is the fanciest burner I've ever seen in my life. And before I turn it on, take a look at this. The gas is nicely stored right here. They think about things that I didn't even think about. Refrigerator outdoor? I had no idea that I can even have one. They put the garbage inside of a cabinet. Even the gas for all your appliances is nicely stored. They literally think of everything. So let me turn on the gas. It is a powerful burner. Love this thing. It boils water a lot faster than the ones inside. And the fact that you can turn it off very easily and go ahead and put the cover back on, so no animals, nothing goes in there, is just perfect. Now this refrigerator is really badass. I have it turned off right now because we just had a party and you know we drank everything. I mean, it was just juice boxes, okay? Nothing else. Andrew even went a little bit crazy because he wanted a keg machine and he wanted to put some beers outside and some other special drinks. I was like,
No.
we don't need that. Damn, maybe we do, but we didn't get it. I might regret that for life. Now, honestly, I mean, when you look at it, this is all you see, right? It's the big bird, everybody. That's what I like to call it. I love the color. It is beautiful. Originally, we had it over here, but then we say, you know what? We need to be able to move it around because it's such a nice piece. Let's put it on the cart, and they put it on the cart for me, no problem. That's what I love the most. He was very flexible with me to make sure that the kitchen was gonna work for me. Now, this pizza oven is badass. It is the Alpha Brio pizza oven, and it comes straight from Italy. It is gas and wood fire, and to light it up, it's pretty simple. Let me show you. There's an ignition button right here. You turn on the gas, turn on a little bit, and then you just light it up like that. It's pretty sick. I just did a competition. I don't know if the video came out already with my brother Emilio. I cooked some short ribs in here, everybody. It just turned out beautifully. I also did obviously pizza and many other things. Whatever you use inside on your oven, you can also do in your outdoor pizza oven. Now you guys already heard about this, but here we have the trash. I mean, the trash, you literally just pull out, everybody. You just pull out, you know what I mean?
Niece and nephew, this is a good technique to master, the pull-out method.
Sorry, children. This kitchen has something I've never seen before. Right here, where you see nothing, there's a burner, an invisible burner here, and another one right here. You can literally take the controller out if you want, and if you want to put it on the countertop, you can, and just close it and control it here. Let me show you how it works. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but this water is actually boiling right now. So this right here is an invisible induction, and it's underneath it. It comes through the actual countertop. The steam is blowing, the induction is working. It's just pretty cool, and it's completely invisible. You can make sauces, you can make literally anything that you can cook on an induction burner. It works, everybody. Look, there's nothing there. It's a cool feature. Actually, it's a pretty cool feature. So this is actually half of the kitchen because the other half is on the other side. Let me show you. And this is the other side of the kitchen. Obviously, we got a good amount of counter space. Counter space is key, everybody. I cannot emphasize that enough. However, we got some pretty cool things on this side as well. This is the AMG Estate wok burner. Now, here's the funny thing about this wok burner. I was not the first one to use it. It was actually Uncle Roger. He made egg fried rice and it was incredible. That was epic. This little ring is removable, and there's actually two burners in one. We have a small one over here and the ring of fire in the outer perimeter. Now, I could try to turn it on, but I don't think you'll be able to see. There you go. Oh man, I cannot even stay over there. This thing is hot, everybody. That's the wok burner. I love this thing. It's epic, highly recommend. He also has a grease tray right here on the bottom, which is fantastic and easy to clean. We have another trash.
I'm a huge fan of trash.
And here we have another AMG Estate side burner because it's really next to the studio. We can come out, cook whatever we want here quickly and go back inside. Now, one of the things that you guys can't see because it's fully daytime is that all these knobs, they light up during the night, and it's pretty epic. Everything has a very premium feel. The countertops are beautiful. The cabinets are just gorgeous. The appliances are state of the art. But most importantly, the experience I had going over there, making the kitchen, designing the kitchen, choosing every single aspect of the kitchen was just awesome. If you are ready to build your dream kitchen, check out Florida Outdoor Kitchens. Make sure you let them know that Guga sent you, because I gotta tell you one thing, Richard, thank you for my dream kitchen. You have outdone yourself. But this is my dream outdoor kitchen, everybody. I could not be any happier. Thank you, Richard, and thanks everybody from Florida's Outdoor Kitchens. Make sure you check them out. The link will be in the description, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thanks Strong for sponsoring this video.
On today's video, we are celebrating 50 million subscribers. Yep, you heard that right. 50 million. When I was in Japan, I had the time of my life. Eating amazing food, and some of the stuff that I ate there is just to die for. But not only that, seeing some incredible things that you only see in movies, and much, much more. But I also made an awesome friend, and his name is Bayashi. We became great friends, and he mentioned to me that he has never been in the US, and he never ate a barbecue brisket. So I told him, for your 50 million subscriber special, allow me to cook you a brisket in my house. But not only that, let me cook you a feast you're never gonna forget. that. We did cook a brisket and he made a video about it. Let's just say that brisket was a little sus. But when you're in my house as my guest, expect to eat incredible food. And I'll tell you one thing, there's nothing sus about it. I also invited some friends to join this awesome feast. And to my surprise, they will also be making something quite special. But enough talking, let me show you how this 50 million subscriber feast went down.
And everything starts off with the biggest piece of meat. That would be a whole hog. This one is about 35 pounds. And it was marinated with soy sauce, 5-spice, salt, and pepper. Now the key here is to put everything together. And that's because we're going to be using a very special grill. As you can see, the most important thing here is to secure to this rack. Using these wires to ensure that it's not going to fall is a must. At the same time, this can be quite challenging, as we want it as tight as possible. And that means using any tools necessary. As the next thing to do is to go ahead and apply a little bit of oil. And onto the grill it goes so that it can roast nice and easy. And to understand a little bit better how this grill works, here's my good friend Waxine.
Tell me a little bit about this grill, Waxine.
El asador que usamos lo diseñé yo.
He said that he actually built this grill in his backyard.
How do you cook on it? How does it work?
So it works with charcoal and wood. First he puts some charcoal in there to light up the wood, then it catches fire, and in the terms of the pig that we're going to be cooking today, that's how we're going to do it. We're going to roast it for 6 hours.
Now to light it up, he first started with a good amount of charcoal, then spread out the coals and immediately throw in some wood for smoking. The goal is not only to achieve heat, but also flavor through smoke. And the important thing is to roast it nice and slow. However, we have a lot of people in the house today, and if you come to Guga's house, make sure you come hungry because you're gonna leave happy. The next thing to get it done was some short ribs. These were quite simple. All you gotta do is to season it well with salt and pepper. But not only that, there's also a tomahawk roast. First, add a little bit of oil so the seasoning will stick, and be generous with a good amount of salt and black pepper. Next thing to do is to go ahead and set everything on the grill and let it roast nice and easy. After about 1 hour, we started getting a good color on them already. The key here is to be mindful of the internal temperature, which for the tomahawk roast is 135 degrees Fahrenheit. Remember that they are cooking hot and fast, especially the short ribs. Unlike smoked American short ribs, these are completely different. Usually barbecue beef ribs take anywhere between 8 hours to 12. These are literally done within 2 hours. So yeah, they're gonna taste completely different, and the texture will also be quite different. Because when I took a slice, take a look. It is as juicy as it gets. My good friend Bayashi just went to heaven on them, and so did Chef Hero. Next, it was time for me and Max to give it a try.
Cheers. Very different than American barbecue, would you say?
Oh, completely different. It is just an explosion of juice in there.
Yeah.
Slowly roasting, like it's touching fire versus just touching smoke. The color on the backside of those short ribs, like you can never achieve that with American barbecue.
But by the looks, Bayashi really enjoyed this one. This man was hiding under a tree and chowing everything down. To my surprise, so was Chef Hero. And right at this time, I told them, hold on 1 second. We still got the tomahawk roast, and it was now time to give it a try.
Nice and tender. Very juicy.
Perfection.
This is appetizer number 2, and we still have the main course.
Yep, that tomahawk roast was absolutely delicious. And right about this time, Chef Hero had a wonderful thought. He wanted to make one of the craziest thing I've ever seen with seafood. And here's how he did it. He started first by removing all of the bones from the salmon. I'm talking about everything. Once done, it was completely boneless. The next step was to make some cuts just like this. He did the same exact thing to both sides. Then he lightly seasoned it with wasabi and stuffed the whole thing with sushi rice. Now this is totally insane. It is the biggest sushi I've ever seen in my life. To finish it up, all he did was to go ahead and crispen up the skin with a torch, slice them all in huge sushi-sized bites, because in the end, the only thing left to do was to go ahead and give it a try.
I've never seen a sushi this big in my life.
I don't think anybody has.
How do we eat this? We were told to put gloves on because things are about to get messy. Please teach us, Chef Hiro. We don't know. That's the biggest sushi I've ever seen in my life.
That is crazy.
After this wonderful, impressive appetizers, the only thing left to do now was to go ahead and finish up the hog. So now I say, it is enough talking, and it is time to enjoy this incredible feast. So let's do it.
Cheers. Kanpai. Oishii. Kari-kariでうまい. Wow. Very good.
Summer is here, everybody, and what do we do on summer? We barbecue. And ever since I can remember, I have been using Dow Strong. Thank you for sponsoring today's video. And honestly, just hold up a second because I want to show you my favorite barbecue items. This is the GS Mini X. I mean, take a look. It's kind of cute, isn't it? Don't let this cuteness fool you. It is the perfect size as it's not heavy and it just feels so nicely in the hand. Next up, the SBS Pitmaster knife. I mean, take a look at this. It's something quite unique. Right here, we got a bottle opener, everybody. Here is a barbecue fork to flip your steak or maybe just get some appetizers in your mouth. And of course, it's also a nice sharp blade. I like this one. Now, if you want to look like a badass pitmaster on your next barbecue, I mean, check out this apron, everybody. It has a bottle holder pocket for all your refreshments, insane amount of storage for sprays or rubs, and a built-in bottle opener. But now, let me show you one of my favorite barbecue tools. I mean, take a look at this, everybody. When you see this, you already know you're an automatic badass. And featuring the display, it's like a trophy on your kitchen, everybody. Come on now. But those are my favorite barbecue items. Make sure you guys go check out Dow Strong on the link on the description. Let them know that Guga sent you. Thank you, Dow Strong, for sponsoring this video. But now let's get right back to it. They seem to like it quite a bit, Max.
Could not understand a word they said, but I could tell they liked it. So I'm very excited.
Let's see. The way it's supposed to be, everybody.
Just imagine a pork potato chip, and that's exactly what you have. It's like super light, but just super crunchy.
Couldn't have said any better.
Flavors. Ridiculous.
It's almost like Peking duck, the texture.
Yes.
So super thin, but at the same time extremely juicy and fatty. If you ever had Peking duck, you know what I'm talking about.
It's not as dense as some like other variations of pork. It's just very light and just, you said it perfectly.
Yeah.
It is Peking duck, but pork.
Absolutely delicious. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up. The information of everybody will be on the link on the description. Make sure you check them out. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye. On today's video, I'm going to be cooking steaks right in front of Salt Bae's restaurant. Oh yes, it's a little cold here in Florida, as you guys can see. I just want to cook a steak right over there. You know, me and Salt Bae have not been the best of friends. Let's just say that we don't see eye to eye, but I am ready to put that aside. I don't know if that's true or not, but I thought, you know what? Would it be a perfect thing for me to cook right next to his restaurant? That sends a good message that I'm ready to become good friends. Salt Bae, if you're watching this video, I think you are an interesting character, let's just say the least. I'm becoming a little soft, everybody. I'm becoming nicer nowadays, you know what I mean? So maybe he's willing to be my best friend. Now this is supposed to run an entire house with electricity. But if you open the tunnel right here, and we open the back, this spot has the outlets. We have two 120 and 150 amp. I'm gonna be using everything to test it and see if it actually can cook everything. And the first thing we're gonna start off is a butter poached steak. Let's go. Ha! Got my setup here. First thing I'm gonna do is see if this thing actually works. It does turn on. Yes! Now, here's what I got to work with. I got a beautiful Wagyu picanha marbly score 8, and I got some butter over here. Let's just say it's a generous amount, right? It is smoking, so it's working very well. I'm gonna go ahead and put this butter in here. Ooh! Oh, I wish you could smell this, everybody. It smells phenomenal. 10 out of 10. See, we want to melt this butter nice and slow. I'm very curious to see how much better it's going to consume. We're starting off the steak with 201 miles and at 67%. When we're done cooking with the steak, let's see what's going to happen. The smell of this thing is intoxicating, everybody. Now, here's the deal. I'm not going to season the picanha at all right now because if not, it's just going to go bye-bye. Since it's fully melted, I'm going to start by putting the fat side down, okay? That's quite important. I'm going to lower it nice and slow, and it's also going to render a little bit of that fat, and I'll just swirl nice and slow. And then once I got that fat a little bit cooked, I'm gonna go ahead and slowly put that picanha down. Immediately lower a little bit the temperature because I want to poach it nice and slow. And we're going to monitor the temperature here because the key is to cook it to 100 degrees Fahrenheit. No more, no less. I have reached 100 internal temperature, everybody. Exactly what I wanted. Take a look at this picanha. It looks phenomenal already. It's even getting a little bit of sear, which is surprising. I wasn't expecting mind that. I'm gonna set it down right here. But now, just like every sous vide steak, we need to put a sear on it. Gonna wait for this cast iron to heat up. It normally takes no time at all. It's already smoking. That's insane. All right, got a little bit of avocado oil right here. I'm gonna put that in. Now I'm gonna lower the temperature a little bit. I don't want it to be extremely hot because it might be a little bit too hot. And as always, please start with the fat first, okay? Always sear the fat. That is a key of a good picanha. If you sear the fat, it's gonna be way better. Oh man, this is quite fun, everybody. It's a lot better to cook outdoors than indoors. I want you to take a look at the fat. It's been no longer than, I don't know, maybe a minute. You see that? Golden brown. That's what we want. Nice, beautiful fat, golden brown. We want to have full contact right now. Now with butter poached steak, the best thing you can do is always season it before and brine the steak. Since we didn't have time with this one, we're going to be seasoning it after. What a nice crust. And that crust is the butter caramelizing on the edge right here. That's amazing. That looks phenomenal. Beautiful, beautiful crust. We're gonna cook this picanha into the internal temperature is 135, which is my preferred on this. I got a nice, beautiful crust. I couldn't be happier. I know it's fully cooked in the middle, but now one thing that I recommend doing, and a lot of chefs does as well, since it's fully cooked, we're gonna let it rest a little bit, even though it's freezing outside. Looks nice. It's starting to rain. Thankfully, it's not freezing weather. If not, it will be snowing. All right, so I got the picanha rested for quite some time. So let's go ahead and slice this thing up. It's nothing better than a nice warm steak. Tiny bit of black pepper. I would say for me cooking on the Cybertruck the very first time, I'm happy with it. It's nice and juicy. Maybe slightly medium instead of medium rare, but nevertheless, let's give this a try. I said it before, and I'll say it again. There's nothing better than a picanha. The butter poaching actually gave an additional extra flavor to the picanha, which is quite different. And it is expected to overcook slightly when you butter poach something versus you cooking it directly on the charcoal. For the first time cooking on a Cybertruck, it's a win-win. Even though the picanha was great, I wanted to cook some burgers and see how the Cybertruck would do. So I started by first caramelizing some onions. Well, that took about 45 minutes. It takes time to caramelize the onions, everybody. I'm not gonna lie. But as you can see, it's nicely caramelized, exactly what I want on my burger. I'm gonna actually set this aside right here. Now, we're gonna go ahead and cook the burgers. These are fresh patties. I'm gonna season it with a generous amount of salt, tiny bit of black pepper, and we're gonna cook this burger. Onions are super caramelized. I'm done with these onions for now. I'm gonna go ahead and reserve them right over here so we can build our burger. That's it. Have these burgers cooked nice and slow. While the burger is cooking, as you can clearly see, it's gonna take a second. I'm already gonna see if this thing can handle multiple things at the same time. So I'm gonna cook on the air fryer. So I'm gonna go ahead and plug multiple things in it to see if the Cybertruck can handle it. Let's see what's gonna happen. I don't know if it can take that much power. These are very powerful appliances. Prep some fries, baby. Got some fries right here. So I'll cook the fries first because they take longer. And then right after, I'll be cooking the steak. And I'll show you exactly what I'm gonna do. Into the fryer they go. I'm gonna set it up to 400 for 10 minutes. Will you be able to handle both at the same time? I have no idea. That's a lot of power being drawn for the truck. I don't know, but I'm excited to find out. So we're cooking both at the same time, the burger and also air fryer steak with fries, and we are still at 196 miles. It's drawing out almost no power. That's a good thing, but let's go ahead and flip these burgers. All right, those burgers still need a little bit more time, but the air fryer has been 10 minutes. Ooh, it is working like a charm. Oh, that nice warm. It's like I'm getting a facial. Very nice. Okay, so now here's what I'm gonna do. Since I got these fries going, I'm gonna make a little pocket right here in the middle. I don't want my fries to get soggy. They still need about 10 more minutes. This steak has been dry brined and seasoned since yesterday. We'll put it right here in the middle, and I'm gonna cook this steak here. Into the air fryer it goes at the highest setting, 450 for 6 minutes. Let's go. Let's see how that one is gonna turn out. And my burgers are looking great. This griddle is not as powerful as I thought it was gonna be, but we're getting somewhere. Oh, okay, we're getting somewhere. I'm gonna put these onions right back here just to warm them up a little bit since it's a little bit cold. Now it's all up to you how much onions you want. I'm going to put this much right here. I'm happy with that. I'm gonna flip this burger, flip this one here.
I'm gonna grab this American cheese. One goes right up here, and the second one goes right over here. I'm gonna grab this one. I'll put it right on top, just like that. And I'll grab this one, and I'll put it on top of this one. And I'm gonna grab this bun. I'll lay it down right here for now. Tiny bit of Japanese mayo. I'm gonna grab the burger, put it right on top, just like that. And I'm gonna crown the burger. Now we're not done yet. And here what makes this burger quite special for me. I'm gonna go ahead and skewer it all the way down, just like that. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and slice this burger right in the middle, like so. Now here's the thing. You can clearly see that the burger is cooked all the way through, right? But here's what's gonna make it even more special. I'll put a tiny bit of mayo here, tiny bit of mayo here, and I'm gonna lay it right down there. Same goes with this one, right on top of the mayo. We're gonna just let this caramelize for a little bit. Oh yeah. I got a nice little caramelization here, and I want to show you guys. Now that looks delicious to me. Oh yeah. Ooh, beautiful. Let's check on our steak. Ooh, steak and fries. I mean, I'm not proud of this crust. I'm not gonna say it's a perfect crust, but the last thing you wanna do is to overcook the steak. You overcook a steak, that's sacrilegious. And right now it's still at 75 degrees Fahrenheit, so we can go a little bit longer. No problem at all. While that's going, let's taste these burgers. What good is it if you make good food and you don't share, everybody? Cheers. Let me know how it tastes, huh?
Cheers.
Let's see, let's see.
Oh, those caramelized onions are fire, dude.
That's so good. It's greasy, delicious, exactly what you would expect from a burger. You know, if your burger is not greasy, you're not doing it right. What do you think? So good, right? And obviously, it's not medium rare, and it was never supposed to be. This is a caramelization burger. The more caramelized it is, the better it's gonna be. I mean, what a wonderful bite. You like it?
Yeah.
You don't want to talk? You're too cold?
It's very cold.
This warms you up, though. We got an air fryer steak. I'm excited to try that. I think it's time. Oh, I don't mind that at all. Is it perfect? No, absolutely not. But we got a little bit of caramelization here on the steak. The fries are nice and crispy. Some of them are not evenly cooked, but that's fine. Oh, that's good. Super crispy. This is gonna hit different. Grab my steak. I'm gonna let my steak rest right here. I'll be honest with you. I didn't think the Cybertruck was gonna perform this well, cooking an actual meal for the family. When I first started, I was a little bit skeptical about cooking the steak on the back of the Cybertruck, but it performed very well. It did its job. It provided the electricity that it needed to provide. And the steak, obviously on an air fryer, it's not the best steak ever, but you can clearly see, everybody, if you are in a hurry and you just wanna throw everything in to have a nice meal. Is it possible? Yes, it is possible. Will it be the best steak ever? Well, I'm not sure. We're gonna try it right now. Let's go ahead and slice it. I'm not calling this one a medium rare, for sure not. I'm calling this one kind of like medium. As you can see, the longer it sits, more the red will come. But nevertheless, let's give you guys an honest review here. Yo, it's not perfect, but there's nothing wrong with that. I do not mind this. If you are tailgating, you want to cook something quickly, it works very well. As you can clearly see, the longer you sit down here, the more red it becomes. I call that steak blooming, so it's the redness, the pinkness is coming out. Right? It's not like a charcoal steak, which on the charcoal will be better, but if it's a nice cold day, I don't mind this.
It's so cold out here. You could have made a steak however you wanted it. As long as it was warm, I'd like it. But regardless, this is actually pretty good. Not the best crust, but
no,
throughout,
not at all.
Still pretty tasty. Let me try one of these fries.
Yeah. Let me know in the comments down below, what do you guys think about the microwave, everybody? The huge microwave, which is black, but at least it's black, it's not silver. Now I am gonna go ahead and serve a little bit of this steak to Salt Bae's employees so that they can taste my steak. I wonder if they're gonna let me record it. Well, I just hope the people there likes my steak. Let's see what happens. Here goes nothing. See you guys on the next one. Take care, buddy.
What's up, guys? As you can see, this is a completely different type of video. Today, I'm taking over a restaurant and transforming it to a Guga steakhouse. Oh yes, it's gonna be a complete disaster. As you already know, I'm gonna be cooking for several different YouTubers and it's gonna be epic. Here's the plan. There's a lot of steaks and I need to cook all of them right away. But most importantly, they're gonna be trying Wagyu picanha. They're also gonna be trying an Australian Wagyu marbling score 9. And to finish it off, some Wagyu A5 cubes.
Hi YouTube.
Are you guys ready for some steak?
Yeah. These are like expensive steaks.
Extremely expensive.
Alright, Michelle, step away.
Oh.
Don't get too close.
I'm really clumsy, so I might
Oh, yeah. I just hope I don't anything up. The restaurant I'm going to be taking over is called Seaside, but we're changing that name to Guga Steakhouse. Oh yes, and it is in Santa Monica Pier in LA. I'll tell you one thing, this location is incredible and there are so many different things that you can do in there. So now that you guys know exactly what's gonna happen, here's the deal. I'm gonna need help, and there's some sous chefs there that can help me. But first, we gotta slice up the picanha. And believe it or not, they had no idea how to slice it. Remember, you always slice it with the grain because the end slice is going to be against the grain, making it nice and tender. Now here's the deal. The picanha itself, we're gonna keep it real simple. Only salt and nothing else. However, the ribeyes, which are score marbling 9, I'm gonna add a little bit more flavor. A little bit of salt, pepper, and garlic powder. That is the key to make it more flavorful, but at the same time, picanha, keep it traditional, all right? I promise you it's gonna be better. The Wagyu cubes, on the other hand, must be seasoned individually, one by one. That way, we'll make sure that every bite counts. Once everything was seasoned, it was time to cook, but I want to introduce everybody to you. We got ZHC in the house, Austin, Michelle, Team RAR, some of my management team, ZHC's team including Michelle and Jake, restaurateurs, and many others that don't want to be on camera. Some people get shy, you know, and that's okay. So the plan is to sear every single one of them on this griddle. Once that's done, I'm going to put it in the oven so that I can cook to the specific temperature, which is 135 degrees Fahrenheit. That way, whenever they try, I know it will be a perfect bite. And even though we're going to have a lot of meat, you got to always have some side dishes. And for today, we got some beautiful mashed potatoes. To break up that fattiness, we also threw in some shrimp. And of course, to keep it a little bit healthy, we threw in some salad. And if you never had my pão de queijo, I highly recommend because I gave it to everyone and they loved it. And now that you know exactly what's about to happen, I say it is enough talking and it is time to get cooking. So let's do it.
Guga cooked his food at the Seaside restaurant. We had 3 types of meat, 1 picanha, 2 Australian Wagyu, and 3 Japanese A5 Wagyu. My absolute favorite was the Australian Wagyu.
The Australian Wagyu.
I liked the picanha the most.
My favorite was the picanha.
Ooh, I like the Wagyu, even though I couldn't eat too much of it.
Japanese Wagyu A5 cubes. I mean, these things were like, if meat was candy, that's what this was. I had like a few bites and it was just ready to put me to sleep.
The Australian Wagyu has a nice blend of flavor and you can eat a lot of it. So, Australian Wagyu for the win. It was my favorite.
We were so full by the end of it.
And obviously, Guga, amazing chef.
At the end of the day, they were all absolutely delicious. I've never had any kind of meat like any of these things.
Yeah, I really appreciate you inviting us, and we had a great time. Our taste buds, thank you too.
Thank you.
So that was my experience in opening a restaurant for the very first time. Talking about that, I want to thank Seaside for allowing me to take over that restaurant because that experience was amazing. You definitely want to check it out. Let me know in the comments down below if I show up and I pop up in your city. I hope you guys enjoyed this trip to LA. If you did enjoy it, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Today I'm going to share with you guys my first time visiting Italy. Ever since I could remember, I've always wanted to go to Italy, and finally I was able to make that dream happen. Usually most people, whenever they go to Italy, they go to the most popular places like Rome, Florence, Milan. But on this trip, we decided to do something completely different because I am interested in food, history, and experiencing what it's like to live in Italy. So we decided to go up north, and the first stop was Bologna. Now this is one wine country. I got to check out the vineyards, and let me tell you, that experience was amazing. I've never seen grapes on a vine before. And I'll be honest with you, I want to take a little bite and steal some, you know? But then my wife was like,
Bro, chill, bro. Chill out.
I didn't get to try it, but I wish I did. Oh, and I had no idea they grow olive trees there. I've never seen an olive tree before. I know if you have. They're kind of weird, everybody. I mean, this is what it looks like. I literally thought the tree was dying, but I was told that it's totally normal. The scenery there is gorgeous, literally breathtaking, but right at this time, I got hungry and it was time to eat. The very first thing I tasted there was this. It's fresh mozzarella with tomatoes and pearls of olive oil. Now that is something fancy. They use a technique called spherification. I mean, that's even fancy to say, but I can't say the damn word. Spherification, you know, it's like fancy chef stuff. So what happens is every time you take a bite, these little pearls burst on your mouth, covering your entire mouth with olive oil. Let me tell you, it's not greasy. It's delicious. Next was a tomato risotto with balsamic vinegar, which was incredible. Tasted really, really good, a little bit strong, but I enjoyed it. Followed by spaghetti and tomatoes. This is what eating in Italy it's like. It's literally fresh ingredients at its peak. But you can feel the flavor when you're taking every single bite. I'm telling you, it's a different experience. Right after that lunch, we went to town to experience this beautiful city. As I was walking through the city and seeing small little streets, I wanted to stop in every single shop.
I've never seen a dedicated shop just for vending machines. It's pretty epic.
And I'll be honest with you, it is mind-blowing how friendly and welcoming all the Italian people are. It does not matter if you're hungry, if you're not hungry, they will feed you food every time you walk inside of the store.
The Italian people are so friendly. We just walked in here and he basically said, no, you have to try this because you came all the way from Miami. So I said, yes, of course.
Honestly, whenever I'm traveling, it is beautiful to see the normal everyday things. That is what attracts me to traveling. The streets, the mom and pop grocery stores, where they have everything extremely fresh. It is truly incredible. The very next day, we jumped into the car and headed north to a city called Modena because I wanted to see how the king of all cheese is made. We're talking about Parmigiano Reggiano. I know my Italian is not that good, but man, I'm trying, all right? Give me a little break over here, everybody. If you never had Parmigiano Reggiano, I'm sorry, you're missing out. This whole trip was literally just to go find the king of cheese. Now, honestly, this is one of the most controversial pieces of cheese in the world, and for good reason. They got counterfeits, imitators, but this is the real deal. Parmigiano Reggiano is made with pure fresh ingredients. Now, to obtain the DOP of being real Parmigiano Reggiano, it must use only 3 ingredients. Unpasteurized raw cow's milk, a mix of whole and skim, rennet, which is a natural enzymes from the cow's intestines, and salt. That's it. Wait, I'm sorry. Love. A lot of love. And it all starts here with these specific breed of cows. They're called red cows. I was like, is there red Wagyu cows? I wish I filmed the face of my guide when I said that. He literally wanted to slap me in the face. Like, you're insulting my cows? I was like, I'm sorry. Forgive me. The interesting thing is that these cows must be really close to the factory because the milk needs to be super fresh. So the farm where they have them has to be really nearby. They also eat a special feed that is only made out of grass and hay, nothing else. Once the milk arrives in the factory, they put it in these huge copper vats. It's maintained at a specific temperature, which is secret, and it takes a crazy amount of milk to make one single wheel of cheese. To be specific, 145 gallons of milk to make one cheese wheel. That's a lot of milk, boy. Once heated, they add the rennet, then the milk coagulates and the solid curds are formed. Now they wrap them up like a huge baby cheese. Then they take them to the nursery, where they then place them in a wheel-size mold to keep the form and release more whey. Whey is the liquid remaining after the milk has been curdled and strained. At this stage, they imprint all of the information while it's still hot, like the year and month of production. Now they go for a swim for about 20 days in a salt brine. Right after that, they go into a sauna.
So here's the cheese sauna, where they come in to sweat before the dry aging process. Quite impressive.
Right before they end up here. This is cheese heaven, also known as the aging room. Just walking inside of this thing is an experience by itself. The smell that comes through, I don't know how to explain it. It's like heaven. If you're a cheese lover like me, it's where you want to be. Now this place is a humidity and temperature control environment. Kind of like my dry ager that I have at home, but you know, just a little bit bigger. A little bit. Now the wheel stays in here for a minimum of 1 year. Now after they're ready, they are inspected, and if the quality is not there, they simply do not get the stamp of approval and they cannot be sold as Parmigiano Reggiano. So they literally just sent everything to my house. I wish. Oh boy, do I wish. Now I got to experience something that I've always wanted, and that was to be able to tell how old the cheese is. It's one of the coolest experiences. I mean, just listen. So this is 1 year old cheese. Sounds dense. 3 years old. Wow, I feel like a cheesemaker. 6 years old. Wow, it sounds more like wood. 8 years old. Wow. Very similar to the wood. 17 years old. There's no moisture inside.
No.
There's zero. This is crazy. This one must be worth a lot of money.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We cannot try that one.
No.
And after that came one of my favorite parts, which is tasting. But first, they have to open this wheel, and I'm gonna show you how this cheese master embarrasses every YouTube video that you've ever seen before. Don't believe me? Just watch.
It's going to engrave a circular line in order to have a route to follow to insert knives later. It looks easier than it is.
Oh no, trust me, I know. Oh, he gives it a little bit of time for the air to go in. That's the mistake I made. I tried to go right away.
Because it's the air that breaks the cheese, not the knives. Ready? Ready?
Oh, we are very ready. Oh, he slams it. Wow. Impressive. What did I say? What did I say? This guy is a true expert. Right after that, it was time for the tasting. We tried the 12, 18, 24, 30, and 48 months. And to be honest, I prefer the 24 to 30. It's just wonderful. It's difficult to explain, but every time you take a bite, there is like crystals inside that is formed. It's an umami flavor that is just savory. It makes your cheeks squeeze. And it is literally the best cheese in the world. I don't know how else to put it in words. So this is my first experience in Italy so far. There's more to come because I visit Culatello, which is one of the oldest ham you can find in the world. That was insane, and it should be coming up real soon. There are many other things that I did in Italy as well, which I'll be sharing with you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, everybody.